Hello YouTube, this is Corbin22 here, back with another 100-point squadron build for Star Wars X-Wing miniatures. Tonight's build, we're focusing on the Imperial faction again. This build consists of 3 TIE fighters, both piloted by Mauler, Mithel, and 2 Black Squadron pilots. And covering the rear, we have Major Reimer piloting a TIE bomber. And the emphasis behind this build is close and long-range assault. What happens is the TIE fighters here are going to be zooming in, attacking enemies at range 1, either through focusing fire or taking out separate targets. Primarily, they're going to be attacking outside the enemy's firing arc, so taking advantage of that. Whereas Major Reimer here, he's going to be lagging behind, firing his weapons from any range because of his natural ability. He's going to be attacking with his secondaries from any range, and providing long-range coverage for the TIE fighters. So with that said, let's look at the build itself. So, let's get that out of here. All 3 TIE fighters are able to take elite pilot skills, which helps boost their combat effectiveness. And Major Reimer here has been given lots and lots of upgrades to help maximize his combat efficiency as well. We'll start with the bulk of the build here, and that is Major Reimer. I believe that's Gamma Squadron. He has a pilot skill of 7. He flies the Sinar Fleet Systems TIE Bomber. He has an attack value of 2, an agility value of 2, a hull value of 6, and a shield value of 0. He can take on the focus, lock-on, and barrel roll actions. He costs 26 squadron points. He's able to take on an elite pilot skill upgrade, 2 warheads, 2 missiles, and a bomb. His ability states, when attacking with a secondary weapon, you may increase or decrease the weapon range by 1 to a limit of range 1 to 3. So Major Reimer, basically his TIE Bomber comes equipped with advanced targeting systems, meaning he can extend or decrease the range of his secondaries, given to fit the current situation, which means that, say, advanced torpedoes, which only have a range of 1, can be extended to range 2 now, which is great for providing mid-range coverage for his wingmates. For his elite pilot skill, I have chosen Push the Limit, which states, once per round after you perform an action, you may perform 1 free action shown in your action bar, then receive a stress token. So the cost of getting a stress, Reimer can take on either a focus and lock-on, a focus or barrel roll, a lock-on or a barrel roll, or a focus or barrel roll, so on and so forth. So while Reimer is basically able to take 2 actions, he'll get stressed, which is fine, because I've also given him a Twin Ion Engine Mark II, which states you may treat all bank maneuvers as green maneuvers. So that means Major Reimer now has 9 green maneuvers to work with. He has all of his speed 1s, his speed 2s, and his remaining speed 3s, his banking speed 3s, are able to become green maneuvers, which means getting rid of that stress for him won't be much of a problem. For his first warhead, I have chosen extra munitions, which, as you all know, the cost, which states that the cost of a warhead slot, you can have basically 2 of each secondary, which is awesome. For his second warhead, I've chosen advanced Proton Torpedoes, which have an attack value of 5 and can be used at range 1. You can also use them at range 2 thanks to Reimer's ability, which states, spend your target log and discard this card to perform this attack. You may change up to 3 of your blank results to focus results. So this combines very well with Reimer and Push the Limit. Because Reimer, Push the Limit lets him take a target lock and a focus. You attack with your advanced torpedoes with your target lock. You get 3 blanks. You can change those blanks to focuses, spend your focus, change them into hits. Pretty much a guaranteed hit with the advanced torpedoes. And add to the fact that he can use them beyond range 1, makes them even more lethal. For his first missile, I have chosen Ion Pulse Missiles, which have an attack value 3. It can be used at range 1 to 2, but of course can be changed to range 1 if can be changed to range 1 to 2 if the situation requires. Which states, discard this card and perform this attack. If this attack hits, the defender suffers 1 damage and receives 2 ion tokens and cancel all dice results. The Ion Pulse Missiles are excellent for dealing with large ships because it takes 2 ion tokens to fully disable them. However, as I found out from one of my subscribers, they're only disabled for 1 turn. The same applies to small ships. They're not disabled once and they only lose 1 ion token. So thankfully you have 2 of these thanks to the extra munitions. So if you waste 1, then you still have a spare hanging on. And for his final warhead, or final missile, I've chosen cluster missiles, which have an attack value of 3 and can be used at range 1 to 2 or range 2 to 3, depending on the situation. Which states, spend your target lock and discard this card to perform this attack twice. So that means with cluster missiles and with extra munitions, you can perform this attack basically 4 times, 2 each turn. And of course, since you'll be pushing limit a lot, any focus results you roll will be changed to hits automatically. Will be changed to hits if you spend that focus, which makes the clusters even more deadly than ever. So that's the bulk. Let's move on to the escorts of the build. We'll start with the squadron leader, which is Mauler Mithel. He has a pilot skill of 7. He flies the Sinar Fleet System's TIE Fighter. He has an attack value of 2, an agility value of 3, hull value of 3, and a shield value of 0. He can take on the focus, barrel roll, and evade actions. He costs 17 squadron points, and he's able to take on an elite pilot skill upgrade. His ability states, when attacking at range 1, roll 1 additional attack die. So, Mauler Mithel, as you probably all know by now, is a rusher. He's going to be rushing in as quick as he can to the enemy. You want to get him as close to range 1 as possible. That way, not only will you get that extra, combat range bonus, you'll also get an additional attack die because of Mauler's ability. So that means you'll be getting the same attack value as a TIE Interceptor at range 1. However, for his elite pilot skill, I have chosen to give him Opportunist, which states, when attacking, if the defender does not have any focus or evade tokens, you may receive 1 stress token to roll 1 additional attack die. You cannot use his ability if you have any stress tokens. Opportunist adds yet another attack dice to Mauler Mithel's attack value. So that means, at range 1, Mauler Mithel will have 1 for the range bonus, 1 for his ability, and 1 from Opportunist. He will have a total of 5 attack value. He'll have a total attack value of 5 if he uses this. This is because this build, these two here, Reimer and Mithel, they're probably going to be the ones working together the most, because Reimer is going to be the one attacking first. They both have the same pilot skill, so Reimer will attack first with any of his secondaries, which either force the enemy to use either their focuses or their evades. Mauler Mithel will then come in, hopefully, preferably at range 1. Stress himself out with Opportunists, gain that extra attack die, and plus the extra 2 attack dice he'll get from attacking at range 1, and that basically just guarantees that Mauler Mithel is going to finish off his opponent, especially with a focus token, which will greatly increase your chances. And then for his wingmates, I have chosen 2 Black Squadron pilots. They have a pilot skill of 4. They fly the Sinar Fleet System's TIE Fighter. They also have an attack value of 2, agility value of 3, hull value of 3, and a shield value of 0. They can take on the focus, barrel roll, and evade actions, cost 14 squadron points, and like Mithel, they're able to take an elite pilot skill upgrade. They are common pilots, so no action, unique ship abilities for them. But for these guys, I've chosen to give them Outmaneuver, which states, when attacking a ship inside your firing arc, if you are not inside the ship's firing arc, reduce its agility value by 1 to a minimum of 0. So how these guys work is, Mauler Mithel and Major Reimer will be working together primarily. The 2 Black Squadron pilots are going to be working in unison with each other. They're going to be kind of coming around in a pincer formation, trapping the enemy between them, and basically making an attack on 2 fronts. One from the left, one from the right, and basically anywhere as long as it's not inside their firing arc. The enemy's agility value will be reduced, which grants the TIEs extra, which makes the TIEs more the Black Squadron fighters more likely to hit their target. And of course, preferably attacking at range 1, which means they'll get that range bonus. So that means their attack values will be 3, and the enemy's agility value will be reduced by 1 if they're bombers, 0 if they're interceptors, 2, so on and so forth. So now we've discussed the build, how it works. Let's see how it looks at when you put it in play. Okay, so this is the scenario. We have here, all these ships have made their maneuvers by now. So let's say, let's get this guy here. So all these ships have made their maneuvers. It's my here close and long range assault build against a YV-666 piloted by Bosk. And how it works is this. See, Reimer has taken a target lock and a focus with push to limit. He's now stressed out. All the other TIE fighters have taken focus actions, whereas Bosk has taken a focus action to defend himself. And let's say for this scenario, the Imperials get the initiative. So that means Mauler Mithel and Reimer will attack before Bosk, and then the other 2 Black Squadron pilots will attack next. So how this works is this: Reimer is going to spend his target lock and attack with one of his advanced proton torpedoes here. So I'm just going to get my attack dice here. That's 4. I need 1 more. And Bosk gets... That's 1. Yeah, Bosk gets 1. So it's going to be 5 attack dice versus 1 defense dice. So Bosk is going to take, regardless of what happens, Bosk is going to take some really, really heavy hits. Okay, so let's say for this result, I have hit and a crit and 3 blanks. Advanced Proton Torpedo's effect changes these 3 blanks into focuses. And since Reimer has a focus token from pushing the limit, he will spend it, turn these 3 into hits, for a total of 4 regular hits, and 1 critical hit. Now Bosk makes his roll and evade. So this hit is canceled out. Bosk will take a total of 4 shields. And of course, normally advanced torpedoes can only be used at range 1, but Reimer's ability allows him to extend or decrease the range of his secondaries. And right now, Bosk is just sitting at range 2, so that means Reimer can extend the range of his advanced torpedoes to range 2 and attack from a distance. So now, for this scenario, let's see. Bosk how many shields? Oh, Bosk has 3 shields. So Bosk has lost his 3 shields, and his critical damage is a major hull breach. So that means... So a major hull breach states, starting the round after you receive this card, all damage cards received are dealt face up. And on the action phase, you can flip the card face down. And you can flip the card face down as a separate action. So after this round, any damage that Bosk suffers will be criticals. Now we move on to Mauler Mithel. Actually, for this scenario, I should have said he had a focus. He'll spend the focus, turn it into an evade. Of course, he'll still take the 3 damage. But now here's how this works. Now Mauler Mithel's turn to attack. Normally he gets 2 dice, but he gets the range bonus. He gets the range bonus. He gets his ability, and if he stresses himself with Opportunist, he gets the same attack value as an advanced torpedo. So that means Bosk is sure to suffer some really critical hits right now. So let's see here. All right, so I have a hit, a blank, and 2 focuses. Mithel will spend his focus to turn those to hits, like so. Oops, these are gone. That's an evade action, so that hit's cancelled. Bosk suffers 2 regular damage. Again, major hull breach does not take effect until the next round. And then, of course, Bosk will make his attack. Say he hits Reimer and does 2 points of damage. Then the Black Squadron pilots come into play. So hang on, let me just put 2 damage cards here. That shows he has, let's see, 3 hull points left. So now it's the Black Squadron Tie's turn to attack. And because the Black Squadron Ties are out of Bosk's primary firing arc, Outmaneuver takes effect. So normally Bosk will be able to attack them as well with his auxiliary firing arc, but the Outmaneuver effect occurs when the ties are outside the primary firing arc. So sure, Bosk has his arc there, and he has that arc there, but Outmaneuver only applies to this arc here. So technically the ties are able to use Outmaneuver to their advantage. So that means Bosk no longer has this. The ties are at range 1, so they get 3 dice each. So Bosk suffers another critical, which is Shaken Pilot. So the next phase, he cannot make any straight maneuvers. When he reveals a maneuver, you can flip it face down. And now this TIE fighter here is going to attack, hitting 2 focuses, and with that, Bosk is taken down because he's taken more hits than his hull value allows. Bosk is taken off the field, and the Empire wins. So see how this works? It's kind of like it's kind of a synergy with a divide. It's a synergy build with a bit of divide and conquer in it. 2 pilots work together to weaken the ship, to deal some major damage to the ship, and the other 2 pilots come in from around and they finish it off with their pew pew lasers. So yeah, this is how the close and long range assault build works. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any sort of criticism is greatly appreciated. If you like, you may use this build for any competitive or casual play, or if you want, you could tweak it or revamp it to your own specifications. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Corporate 22 signing off.